Hello, my name is Matthew, and today I'll be presenting the Tableau project. So let's get right into it. The data. So the data is it's a bunch of regions and states in the United States, and it's focused on musical instruments. As we can see, we got trumpets and flutes and clarinets and oboes and French horns and stuff like that. And then you have the department like brass and woodwinds and strings. So it's just how many did sell in regions and states and stuff. So what I wanted to look at first was the profits and the units sold by region. Just to see regions are standing out and stuff like that. So as we can see here, there's some big states doing really well. Like in the west, you got California, and then the east, you got New York and Texas and the central. But what I found was that in the south, it was really lagging behind. The south wasn't doing that well, so I wanted to focus more on that. So what I did was divide it up into regions and departments just to see why the South would be doing so bad. But then what I found out is that department strings is just doing bad in every region. In the South, the West, strings just aren't doing well. So I wanted to see like if there was a year that it was like a slump, something like that. So what I did next was divided into year. And as we can see, in 2020, strings still the worst out of any department, but in 2021 it just declined severely. You can see it's just way lower than any other department, and it's just declining. So what I want to do from there was create a map to see, if certain states are doing better than others, then maybe, those regions can focus on those departments. So if we go to strings here, we can see, some of them just aren't doing as well. We can see just Maine, and it's just kind of all over the place, Nebraska and Montana. So I really wanted to make this easier, easier on the eyes, easier to see. So I created a dashboard, and 2021 strings, the worst year. We can click on Central, and we can see, Texas. Wow, Texas did really well. But Kansas didn't. Other states lag behind, like Missouri and Iowa. So, we can see that for any region. In the East, New York's the best, but New Hampshire not doing that well, is lagging behind. Connecticut lagging behind, and in the South, we can see Georgia just not doing as much. Alabama, or Georgia's doing a lot and Alabama isn't. In the West, you can see California's doing really well, but some states clearly lagging behind. So just to reiterate the whole presentation here, strings have been the worst department no matter what the region. As we saw here, just not doing well. 2021 was the worst year for strings. We can see just how bad it's doing. Certain states, have been doing worse than others regarding how many units were sold from the string department. As we can see, in the South, South Carolina 32 units, but in Georgia 10,000 have sold. And then we can see here, which state is doing better than others. East, New York's doing the best, and South, Georgia's doing the best. So, all in all, strings have been doing by far the worst, and maybe the company can either focus on, learning from other states like New York, or Texas, and kind of copy their model. But if not, if they can't get those numbers up, then I don't see why they would keep strings, because it's just declining. So.